Table toppers Hawick Youth welcomed Peebles Colts to the Volunteer Park 3G, still unbeaten in the Borders Semi-Junior League. But the reverse fixture warned the young Tearies that Peebles are a very difficult team to beat due to their never-say-die attitude. Hawick's first real venture into Peebles 22 was a very rewarding one, as after a well-performed line-out, the Hawick backs showed good use of space and winger Sean McMicken raced in on the stand side. Peebles were the attacking team for the next chunk of the game, but Hawick doubled their try tally when pacey winger Finlay Douglas received a Peebles clearance kick and chipped over the Peebles line of defence, danced in and out of opponents and then skillfully collected the bouncing ball to slide over the whitewash. Gray's touchline conversion was faultless and Hawick were 12-0 in front. Peebles responded almost immediately when Euan Hunter crossed over the try line after a series of dominant carries by the visitors. Peebles had been attacking from deep so far, but this score would hint that they had a strong point in attacking in tight situations. Frey McKeever added extras and Peebles were only 5 points adrift. Both teams battled ferociously for the rest of the first period, but were both defensively resolute and the score was still 12-7 at half-time. Justin Tait took over kicking duties soon in the second half as Owen Gray was substituted and confidently struck a penalty from the 22 to extend Hawick's lead to 8 after more cutter battering in the opening period of the second half. Hawick then saw most of the ball over the next quarter and bagged a third try when Eli Hamilton raced over from a well-executed set-piece move, and Tait kept his kicking success at 100% by knocking over the extras, and the score was now 22-7. Once again, Peebles struck back almost immediately with an unconverted score on the far side by making an example of a hesitant Hawick defence. It was Patrick Cannon who raced in on this occasion, and although McKeever's conversion attempt fell short, the visitors had narrowed Hawick's lead and the score was now 22-12. As the game entered the closing stages, Hawick extended their advantage when Rory Stanger showed excellent anticipation to charge down a Peebles clearance kick before gathering the ball and trundling over the try line. Justin Tait once again kicked the conversion and Hawick were now 29-12 in front. As was evident throughout the match, Peebles never once gave up and again answered back through a forward-dominated try, with Rory Smith crashing over in the final attack of the game. The referee's final whistle blew as McKeever's conversion hit the right side of the post before going over, and the curtain fell in this competitive border derby. Despite the win, the game will certainly have highlighted a few areas that require improvement for Hawick, who have a home semi-final in the Scottish Youth Cup next weekend against West of Scotland, whilst the ever-determined Peebles will look to get back to winning ways as soon as possible. Full time at the Volunteer Park 3G, Hawick Youth 29, Peebles Colts 19.
I thought the boys played well. We were a bit slow to start and we found the rhythm and we kind of fell off of games we've done a few times this season, but the lads rallied together and we picked it back up, so got the win and that's what matters at the end of the day.
I thought the forwards played well and they carried up really positively in the middle, but it was just our sometimes like out wide they were just catching us a bit off guard, and our one-on-one tackles maybe let us down a wee bit, but we were really strong in the forwards, pushing them off, all our scrums. We were doing well in the line-outs and stuff. Our front-up tackles and that were good, like tight, but just plenty to work on for next time. But they were a really strong team and they carried well and used the space out wide and put a few kicks in that we weren't expecting. But yeah, we played well. We got some points in the last 5 minutes that kind of brought us back up and made us feel good about ourselves for the game. So.
And you've got a big game next week. What's your predictions for that? I mean, you've got to work hard to beat them.
Yeah, West of Scotland. Be a tough game, but luckily we've got them at home, so that kind of suits us. But I would imagine it'd be much the same as Bigger last week, but you never know, you just have to play what's in front of you on the day.